Is this working better? It's working? Howdy, howdy. It looks better. And I'm not getting the encoding overloaded mayday, mayday message anymore. So I hope it looks better. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks a lot better. I don't know what that was. The only thing that's changed about my computer since I last streamed is I downloaded Magic the Gathering Arena. So I don't know if that cursed me. Oh, my pie is gone. My birthday pie. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not gonna let that stand. Hold on. I was already so nervous because I haven't done like a real Zatsudan before. Like usually I wind up like rambling at the end of my streams for a little while, but I've never done one that was like, this is just gonna be me talking. So I was like, I want to make sure my birthday goes really well, and I'm gonna plan a ton for. I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna go over the top. I'm gonna be extra careful to make sure that everything works exactly the way I want it to. And then of course, I mean, I guess that's just how VTubing. That's just how VTubing is. Got my pie back. Yeah, I didn't have enough mana to run Magic the Gathering Arena and the rest of my life at the same time. Oh, sorry about that. I should probably tweet out the new link. It's like, hey guys, the 7 minute stream, or sorry, 5 minute and 30-second stream. Not it. Twitter.com. We're back. Yeah, if anybody gets confused, point them in this direction, because I am a mess. Yeah, all my stuff. I had all this stuff like loaded up and ready to look at, and okay, we're good. You guys gonna have some pie too? Look at this. I think I can probably finish this, but I'll be nice and I'll share. I stress ate the pie. But sorry. I like both pie and cake. They're both amazing. Sorry, that was stressful. That was like my first, like, I've had some mess ups, but that was my first, like, oh no. But we all gotta get there sometime. Thank you for coming to my birthday stream. I'm really nervous. It's like I said, my first like Zatsudan is my first Marshmallow answering, and I'm debuting a new hairstyle. So I've been super nervous all day. I think YouTube could sense my nervousness and was like, let's get her. Oh, but we're good. We're here now. We're good. Oh, yeah, I think you guys saw my first marshmallow in my exploding stream. I didn't mean to have it up, but you know what? We're gonna own that. Thank you for the birthday wishes. New hair day. So yeah, I got a lot of really thoughtful and interesting marshmallows for my birthday. I also got I got a cameo link, and it's been spoiler tagged, so I actually can't see it. And I've been told I'm gonna probably do that at the end of the stream because I feel like there's a really good chance I'm gonna freak out. uh so I want to save that for the because if I look at the cameo I got first and then I try to answer questions, I'm just gonna be like so I'll save that for the end. I'll show off my new hair, and then when I'm nice and pretty, I'll put the cameo on. It's been a good birthday. I watched Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. That's an upsetting movie. But I've just had a good day hanging out with my cat. Eating some good food. I had just had a burrito. I'm just having a good chill day. I did so I went out for a walk yesterday and I had this black and red hoodie on, and like I mean I've run into people sometimes when I'm out for walks because I live near a lot of people who like own dogs and stuff. But I ran into this older lady, and she looked at me, and usually like nobody talks to each other, we're all kind of quiet out here, and so it's usually very low key. But this older lady saw me walking around in my black and red hoodie, and she was like, is that from something? And I was like, no. And she was like, all right, because my son asked me to get him a Halloween costume. It's from something he watches called Baruto, and I thought it might be from that. And I mean, like, she's like, and I mean, what the fuck is that, you know? And I was just like, yeah, I don't know what that is either. So honestly, that interaction was a good birthday present too. I was like, yeah, I don't know what Baruto is. I know what Naruto is. I know what Boruto is. I don't know what this Baruto is. So that was good. That was a good birthday present. Yeah, I was like, obviously her son was asking for an Akatsuki jacket. Like, that's clear to me. But I didn't want to, like, it was one of those situations where she was so clearly like, I can't believe my nerdy child is into this. Can you believe that? And I was like, I can't. And I don't know what that is either, because I'm not a nerd. I'm very cool. Hi, KK! Ah! KK is my sister who streams over on Twitch. Go say hi to her. But yeah, so that was, I've had a very chill, very mellow birthday. But now I'm gonna answer Marshmallows because I want to get right to it, because I know I tend to ramble, and I know when I get going, and I don't want this to turn into a 7-hour Marshmallow stream. So we are gonna get right to it. Let's see. We're gonna, and I hope I don't mess anything up, because I always feel like my stream setup is a bit put together with duct tape. Like, I mean, I'm not even talking about my box. Like, my internal stream setup's a little bit put together with duct tape. So if images just start flashing up and I don't mean to do it, then my bad. Baruto cash flow. All right. So the first marshmallow I got was, I'm going in order of These are in like they came in order. I didn't order these. This isn't me like trying to get this question out of the way. This is really the first one that came in. Every Doom related question. Shockingly few Doom related questions. Yeah, 7-hour long trails in the sky. Sky is fine. The first two skies are anyway. So I'm not against. So let me read it. I'll read it. I'm all over the place. having my stream fall apart minute 1 and having to reboot all my stuff and set everything back up has my brain. I'm a scrambled egg right now. So if I seem disorganized, I'm very sorry. But it's my birthday and I'll be scrambled if I wanna. So the first question I got was seeing all the cute art, and Skebs got me thinking. Thoughts on an R18 tag? Let's see. And so sorry, my things keep popping up now. All right, we're good. Thoughts on an R18 tag? I'm not against it. I've honestly never thought about it. It just hasn't crossed my mind, I guess. It's not like I was like, it's not like I'm like, oh no, I don't want R18 art. It was just something that I didn't. I guess I should have thought about it. I'm not against it. I just didn't plan for it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I've gotten a few skebs that were like more cheesecakey than I was expecting. And like there had a bit more showing a bit more skin than I was expecting going into it, and I was like, woohoo! Like I'm trying to think of a good way to answer this. Yeah, I wasn't like planning for friskiness, but if it happened, I wouldn't be mad. I just like never considered the tag to go with it, I guess. I don't know if I would ever like request art of myself, but if it happened, I would be like, oh, nice. Like, I think my mentality is a little bit like, I don't know. This is like gonna be. This is gonna only. I think it was probably in Game Informer I saw this. Only Game Informer bros will know, but I saw an interview with the director of Dead or Alive one time where somebody asked, like, will you ever show the Dead or Alive girls totally nude? And he was like, I'll get really close, but I think of them as like my children. And so he was like, I don't want to like go all the way. I don't want to show them completely naked. He's like, cause that feels like I don't want to do that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I think that's kind of how I feel. I'm like, I can't request it. Cause I'm like, I don't know. But if somebody else did it, I would be like, that's great. Can you be your own daughter? it's that sort of like, I don't know. It's that sort of emotion, I guess. I'm like, well, I can't do it, But if I saw it, I'd give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and make the art, but yeah, I need to figure out the tag. I don't know. Because I like things being properly tagged, you know. Because if somebody didn't want to see R18 and we're going through like the Alcesia art tag and just like got R18, they would be like, meh. But so I think the R18, I'm all about properly tagging stuff, but I need to figure out what that is. What the tag would be. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. For the record, I like old-timey. I like old-timey, like girls, like sort of stuff when it comes to that. So if you got any good ideas, you let me know. It is a rite of passage to actively seek out NSFW art of yourself as a VTuber. I didn't know that. Huh. Maple cheesecake? Maybe. I'll think about it. Anyway. Are you a doggo person or a cat person? Well, I own a cat, obviously. She makes a lot of guest appearances on my streams. She's my little cutie. Ah, Leah, hi! Oh, my sisters are here. Are my other have I missed? I've been so I'm still so like from my stream exploding the second I launched it. I don't know if I've missed any other sisters saying hi, Leah. I don't know if I've missed any other sisters saying hi. If I have, I'm sorry. I'm in a state. I was already nervous, and then everything exploded, and I'm getting over it. I need to take a sip of seltzer. Sip of some non-alcoholic seltzer. Calm down. Syrup art. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so I own a cat. She sometimes guest appears when she comes in here and goes meow and sneezes into my microphone. So I'm obviously a cat owning person, but I love both cats and dogs. It is not I feel like I can't, like with a gun to my head, I would say cat, but I love dogs. At my day moose job, my office is a dog friendly office, and everybody always like I'm always the designated like babysitter. If they have to go to a meeting or something, they're like, "Can you take care of my dog?" Because they all know that I love them so much. They're like, "Yeah, she's gonna Mabel's got it. She will not get any work done for the rest of the day, but my dog will be very well cared for." So yeah, so I don't want to pick. If I had to, it would be cat, but it's not because I don't like dogs. They're both amazing. And I want my dream when I want to like fence in my backyard and just get like 4 dogs of varying. Have you guys seen Hannibal? The TV show? The main character, Will Graham, he just has like 1 million dogs. He has like an absurd amount of dogs, and they're all different breeds, and he just like lets them like run free in his weird isolated house, and he like lets them outside, and he has like just a pack. He has a pack of dogs. That's what I want for my life. Like, I want that. But my cat is my queen, so she'll always rule. Up, up, up. You mentioned living in Japan and in your streams before. What did you like and dislike most about it? And do you have any favorite Japanese moose meals? Oh boy. This is a big question. So yeah, I lived in Japan for a little over a year. I mean, I visited a lot. I actually visited in high school. As an exchange kid. And then I went back later in life and I lived there for a little over a year. And then I went back a few more times after that for different reasons, usually for work. And I haven't really been there for fun since I lived there. I've always gone back for work. So I feel like I have a lot of things I really want to do. Like I'd really like to go in like the next few years whenever I feel like it's cool to do so. I have a lot of places I want to see, a lot of food I want to eat. But when I lived there, one of my favorite things was that I could get anywhere really fast. So I'm obviously I'm in the woods. We gotta drive everywhere for the most part. There's nothing, you can't walk. But it's fine. I don't have any traffic here or anything. But there's something really cool about like, so I lived I started out, I lived in Kyoto for 6 months. And then I moved to Osaka for 6 months after that. But I really wanted to go to Tokyo Game Show while I was there. And it was so easy. It was like, I'm just gonna hop in a train and it's gonna be quick, quiet, clean, nice. And that's just like, that's how everything was. Even when I lived in Kyoto, I went to Dendentown in Osaka like at least once a week because I really liked hanging out in the retro shops. Like Super Potato was there. And there was a curry place that I really, really liked and I went to all the time. And it was so easy. Like I just went, I had a train pass, so I just hopped on the train, chill. I got on the express train. I just chilled out in a nice comfy seat. Got all the way to Yodoyabashi Station, hopped on the subway, which was also nice, clean, very chill. And that was that. Like I could get anywhere really fast, really easily, and it always felt really safe. I've never really had that anywhere else that I've lived. I've lived a lot of different places. So I've actually lived in like cities with really bad traffic, and I hate that. and I've lived places where you like could walk to stuff, but I always just liked having the train. Another thing that I really like too is I love going to Umeda because that's where the Pokemon Center was, and also to the cinema. They have a really nice cinema in Umeda, and so I would go there for big movie. I also went there for the Tales of Festival because they were showing a simulcast of the live event, so I went to see that there. And it was so easy. Like you can do anything. If you want to go do something in Japan, just hop on the train and you got it. You're there. TGS was so fun. I mean, it was like being sandwiched in a big people sandwich. It was very busy, but it was really cool. Yeah, I mean, I like driving when there's no traffic. I don't like driving in cities. I like country driving, forest driving. I don't like you put me in a city and tell me to drive, and I will pull the car over onto the sidewalk and get out. I love Nara. Nara is one of my favorite places. I just used to go hang out with the deer all the time. I love one of my favorite sushi places is in Nara. I love Nara. The thing I disliked about Japan is I don't like the spiders. I don't think they're as bad in the city. I mean, so when I lived in Kyoto, I was living more in the country. Like I sort of lived like near a bunch of fields and it was a lot more rural, and so I think spiders were probably a bigger problem for me. There were some monsters. There was actually one night I was up really late, and this was when I was living with my host parents, they were older. My host dad was like 80, and I was up pretty late, and I don't know why he was awake. He was up pretty late. He used to watch a lot of like old American westerns like really late at night. That was his thing. So I think he was up watching that. And I came downstairs to brush my teeth, and I looked up, and there was a spider like the size of my hand just on the wall over the bathroom mirror, and I screamed, and he came out and he's like, "What?" And I was like, I help, like get rid of it, put it outside. I don't care. Like I can't with this. And he like got a tissue, which first of all, that spider's the size of my hand. A tissue ain't gonna do it. But then he sort of like half-heartedly like swatted at it, and it was lightning fast. So of course it sprinted away, and he just went, "Oh, Moody." Like, "Oh, it's impossible." And I was like, it's not. Please, I gotta move. So yeah, spiders, no. I didn't have a biggest problem with them because when I moved to Osaka, I was living more in the city. I was living in a fairly big city, and you'd get spiders like building giant webs between like a pole, like one of the electrical poles, and like the fences or the walls next to the street. You'd see those, but they were easy to avoid. Especially sometimes you get spiders like on your bike or in the areas where you store your bike. I'd see a lot there, but they were easier to avoid, and they didn't like come inside as much. I didn't get as many inside. And I think that was too because I was living in a newer building. Whereas the place I lived in Kyoto was pretty old. So I think it must be like more secured against spider invasion. Muri. Yep. Yeah, it was wild. So spiders was probably my biggest issue. Like afterwards when I was like, should I move back? Would it be fun to move back? I would think of my spider encounter, and I would be like, also they got spiders that jump, and I'm very uncool with that. So then let's see. But do you have any favorite Japanese moose meals? I loved eating. When I lived in Osaka, I went to Dotonbori all the time. And one night I got into the crab restaurant there, the one with the big crab on the front. It's kind of famous, the one the crab, it like moves. And so I went with my roommate at the time, and she was so sweet. And so she got us us a reservation, and we went, and she was like, eat whatever you want, it's on me. And I ate my weight in crab, and I drank too much beer, and I stumbled home, and I ate curry and waffles on the way, and a crepe. Like I just couldn't stop. I love Japanese food, but because I was in Osaka, I will tell you that the street takoyaki is out of this world. I loved takoyaki. So I would get it. I would just stop at stalls and be like, hit me. Takoyaki. I also used to eat a lot of okonomiyaki, especially when I was like celebrating. So like, oh, like I passed this milestone, or oh, I finished studying for like the N2 or whatever, the JLPT N2. Like, I'd be like, all right, time for some okonomiyaki, and I would just go ham. Oh, so good. But the other place I really liked, I don't know if you can look it up. It's called Sweets Paradise. I think they're all over. I don't think they're just a Kansai thing. I think they're all over Japan. But there's this place called Sweets Paradise, and mostly they have like cakes and pies and other sweets. You can like dip your own pocky. They have like some curry too, which I think is mostly there, so you can like cut the sweetness with a little bit of savoriness if you're getting overloaded. But I used to just fast for like a whole day. Like if I knew I was going to Sweets Paradise on Saturday, I'd be like, all right, it's Friday, and I will eat a single like bowl of rice, and that will sustain me. And I will, because I'm preparing physically and mentally for Sweets Paradise. And then I would go and eat like 14 slices of cake. It's really good. Look up Sweets Paradise. Like the pictures alone are amazing. The inside of the place is amazing. It's so good. Yeah, I really love Japanese food. I kind of miss it. Like I really miss it. I miss it a lot because I don't really have any where I'm at now. But I think if I had to pick, okonomiyaki would be my favorite. That was my. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, takoyaki, Osakan food is a banger. It's and there's so many good where I was at. There were a lot of good like mom and pop shops, so you could just stop in places and just be like, hit me with your finest curry, and it always felt like a 5-star meal. I do like buffets. But let's see. Aha! In honor of spooky season, what are a few of your favorite horror movies? If you like horror, I do like horror movies. I'm arguably better at dealing with them than I am horror games. I don't know what I think it's being in control. I feel very spooked whenever I play a horror game, but I love watching horror movies. I watch horror movies even when it's not the spooky season, but I go especially crazy when it's the spooky season. Osaka's called the Eat Till You Drop City, and it makes perfect sense. Yeah, yes. That is exactly how I lived. So let's see. My favorite horror movies. Y'all heard of Gremlins 2? The new bad. No. Well, I do like Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2 is wild. The first time I saw Gremlins 2, I was like, how did this movie get made? But I actually really enjoy it for what it is. It's a weirdo movie. Yeah, it's not your fault in the movies if something goes wrong. That's exactly right. Sometimes I'm just like, it's nice to not be in control. So we got Gremlins 2, The New Badge. It is a classic. It is they got the thunder, the lightning gremlin. They got the lipstick gremlin. They got the brainy gremlin. They got so many different gremlins. How could you not like it? I love Wreck. Don't ask me about Quarantine. Wreck is the good one. Wreck is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. But I actually really want to rewatch it. And I actually heard that the sequels were pretty good, so I want to watch those too. But I love the original Wreck. Let's see. I love the original Scream. I I really like how weirdly meta it is, and it's actually kind of fun. Like, it's gruesome, but it's kind of funny. I actually didn't see it until fairly recently. I just like missed the boat when I was younger, but and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go watch all the classics. And Scream is really, really good. So I highly recommend. Recommend. I almost said stream. Scream. The Invitation is. I feel like this one sort of flew under the radar. It is a horror. It's a horror, but it's also kind of a mystery. But it's really good. I feel like saying anything about it is a spoil. It's one of those types of movies where if you say anything about it, it's immediately a spoiler. So I just won't. I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah. Scream is funny. Like they poke fun at horror movies and the horror genre so much, and I love meta horror movies. So I feel like Scream falls under that. I love both the original Halloween, with Jamie Lee Curtis, and the new Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis. I love both of them. I also, the new Halloween, Judy Greer is amazing. She does such a good job. I haven't seen Halloween Kills yet because I actually heard that it's clearly like the middle movie in a trilogy, and so I kind of want to wait to watch it until the third one's out. I did that with John Wick because I heard John Wick 2 was whatever, but when watched with 3, it's really good. And so I watched them at the same time, and I really liked it. So I kind of want to do the same thing with Halloween Kills and whatever comes next. But Halloween, the one that came out in 2018, it's very good, and obviously the original Halloween, always a classic. I actually have the soundtrack on vinyl, and so I was listening to it to like prep my. That's probably why my stream was so haunted at first. It's so good. So good. Another meta horror movie, Cabin in the Woods. It looks scary, and there are like some actually legitimately scary moments. But it's another of those movies that you can't talk about too much or you spoil it, but it's very meta, and it likes poking fun at the horror genre, and it has like baby Chris Hemsworth in it. But it's really good. It's really good. The Ritual, I feel like, is one that people like kind of. I mean, I heard some people talk about it. I mean, another thing you'll find is I like a lot of horror movies that take place in the woods for obvious reasons. But The Ritual is about a bunch of dudes who go on a hiking trip in Sweden, and then things start going wrong. But it's really good and has some of my favorite. I like monsters with antlers. So The Ritual has that, but it's really good. Let's see. What else we got? I know that Aliens is more of an action film, but I consider the original Alien still solidly horror, and I love Alien. I love Alien, and I love Aliens. 3, not so much. What was the other one? Resurrection, not so much. Actually, I didn't like Prometheus when I saw it, but when you pair it with Alien Covenant, I like it. I like it as a pair, not by itself. So, love Alien. What Keeps You Alive? It's another in the woods horror film. I think it's a little indier. And it sometimes is more of a. No, it's solid. It's definitely horror, but it has some drama vibes in it. But I really like What Keeps You Alive. I just saw somebody mention it in the chat, but I love the Veach. the witch. Another in the woods horror movie, but it has a really like slow creeping vibe, which is another thing I really like. I like the atmospheric horror films that are more like dread than spooky jump scares. So love the Veach. This is a longer list than you were anticipating, isn't it? Justice. I demand cinematic justice for Jennifer's Body, because this film was not marketed correctly. If you like, I'm sure you're looking at this right now if you haven't seen Jennifer's Body and you're like, are you serious? Really? Jennifer's Body? Because all the commercials are horrible and they don't look, they don't represent the film. The film is actually really good. Yeah, it's not bad. The film is really good. It's really funny. It's really well written. It's like a great like horror comedy. But I don't know, the trailers were horrendous. So if you get a chance, check out Jennifer's Body. I swear it's actually good. But it's definitely, yeah, it's trashy, but it's charming, but it knows it's trashy. It's like one of the most self-aware movies I've ever seen. It's so good. It's so good. But I feel like every time I recommend it to people, I have to be like, you need to trust me. You need to trust me. Yeah. People, and that was like, I actually heard from somebody else who was like, you have to trust me, it's good. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna trust you. But before that, I would have been like, no way am I watching this. But once you do, you're like, oh, it's actually great. Next one's a twofer. I like the VHS. I know they're anthologies. And so obviously I like certain stories and movies in each one better than others. Like I really like the cult one. And I like the one in the house. Like, but I like horror anthologies, and VHS is probably my favorite horror anthology so far. And let's see. This actually, I talked about this in my last stream because we were talking about spooky movies, but I love Train to Busan. Really good horror movie. Really, and it's like it rides the line of being like kind of gory but not gross, but really good characters and a really good story and just like a really good emotional payoff. I really love Train to Busan. It's so good. It's so good. It's probably one of my like favorite like foreign horror movies. Or I mean any horror. It probably is my favorite foreign horror movie, but it's also a top just any horror movie in any subgenre. And then last but not least, I love The Thing. When I first watched The Thing, I think it was almost the name that put me off, because it has one of those names that sounds, I don't know, it sounds like almost like a B movie, like The Blob or something like that. And so I was like, what is this gonna be? But then I watched it and I was like, these effects are amazing. The writing's amazing. Everything's amazing. The ending is amazing. It's so good. So if you haven't watched The Thing, I would definitely do movie watch alongs if I can figure it out. If I can figure out how to make them interesting. The thing is, like, when I watch movies, I'm either like, or if it's like a horror movie that's actually getting me a few times, I'm like, no! But maybe that would be fun. But yeah, I love The Thing. The Thing is so good. And shockingly, The Thing, it's not even a remake. It's a I don't know if it's a spoiler to say what it is, but it's not a remake. It's It's another movie in the same timeline. I think it was in 2011 they released the other movie called The Thing, and it was good. Like, I mean, it wasn't as good as the original, but it was solid. Like, I went in expecting it for it to be real bad, but it was really really good. But the original, oh, my marshmallow disappeared. The original, amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Please watch The Thing if you haven't. Whoop. Oh boy. Oh boy. So Final Fantasy XI is a pretty interesting pick to choose a favorite for. It is currently in my backlog, but I've been wondering what part of the experience might have cemented it as one of your most beloved games. Also, any experience with the other entries in the series as well? Yeah, I've played for Final Fantasy games. I've played one. I've beaten one. I've started two. I've played 3, 6, 7, 8. Most of 9. I've been playing it on the PS4. I've beaten 10, 12, 13. I played 14 and I've beaten 15. So I played most of the Final Fantasy games. I think the only ones that I have no experience with are like 4 and 5. But I really like Final. Oh, and I played for 13. I played 13 2 and Lightning Returns as well. So I am a big Final Fantasy fan. And obviously I also played 7 Remake, which I really liked. But the reason that 11 is like always my favorite, and the reason why 11 always sticks with me is it's kind of a game where the world feels really alive and like it's its own thing. Like, it doesn't care if you're there or not. I've said before when people ask me why do you like 11, I'm like, because it doesn't care if I live or die. And like that's how the world feels. Like, so for example, there's shops that are closed on certain days. The game has a week. It has a timer like most MMOs do, where there's daytime and nighttime, but it also has a week system. So the week is set up so that each day is like has an affinity. Each day is a certain element. So there's Fire's Day, Water's Day, Wind's Day, Dark's Day, etc. And for example, like the Cooking Guild, they're always closed on Dark's Day because the dark element is associated with like rot and decay. And so obviously they're closed because they're like, we don't want to cook on Dark's Day when you know the world has more affinity for decaying and rotting, stuff going bad. And I love those little details. And like the fishing guild is closed on Lightning's Day because you don't fish when there's lightning. Like, it doesn't, like, lightning isn't raining down on Lightning's Day, but that's just like the affinity is there, and so they just avoid doing it. So I just really like those details that make the world feel more like a real place. The shops also keep certain hours. So like I remember specifically the Cooking Guild had sort of really early hours. They were open I think like 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And that was just because, like, you know, you gotta get up and start cooking early when you're cooking food. But other guilds opened late, like the Blacksmiths Guild was it opened later and it stayed open later. And I don't know, I really like that. And it's inconvenient. Like, I know that it's inconvenient and it's not. And the other thing, so they've sort of done away with that in a way. The shops are still there and they still keep those hours, but they've added an additional NPC to the shops where you can pretty much buy anything you need from the new NPC that's open all the time. Because I mean they get it. Like, they were like, a lot of people bounced off this game because it was so inconvenient. so we're gonna make it more convenient. But I kind of liked the inconvenience, in a weird way. Also, like the airships, they have schedules that ran in real time, so you had to like be at the dock in time to board the ship. Like the ship would arrive and then it would sit there for like 5 minutes so you could board, and then it'll take off after 5 minutes. And if you miss the ship, then you gotta wait for the next one. And it flew there in real time. So after it takes off, you're just in a zone on the airship. And they had this for boats too, like real ships, where you're just in a zone that's just on the airship or on the boat for like 10 to 15 minutes. You're just in a special zone. But the really cool thing about the airships is people on the ground could actually see them. The way they had the game set up is like the skybox actually had the airships passing over, like rigged up to when they were flying over. So if someone was on the ground outside Juneau and they saw an airship fly over, like that's a people are on that and it's going somewhere. Yeah, it's just immersiveness. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, immersion. I like the immersion. And it was so annoying because if you missed the airship, then you had to wait forever for the boat to get there and board there and then come back and then board again and then take off. But I don't know, I just liked it. Now they make it really easy so you can teleport basically anywhere all the time. And so, I mean, you still I guess you still have to use an airship when you go to like Kazam or maybe Ourgan. Well, Ourgan's a boat, I think. But when you go places for the first time now, I think you still have to get the airship because you can't just teleport there. You have to go places before you can teleport to them. In the new system. But I think it sort of takes some of the immersiveness away because there's no travel time anymore. Like you can just go anywhere. And it's more convenient, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. But I don't know, it just made the world feel really real. And it makes you feel like you're part of it. Because if like you and somebody else are both running to the airship at top speed and you both miss it, like it closes the door just as you get there and flies away, it's such a bonding moment. Like you turn to that person, you're like, dang it, and they're like, ah, and then you sit there and you grumble about it together for 15 minutes and you've made a friend. Like you don't have those experiences when you can just teleport anywhere. The environments too, they're really beautiful. The way that they rendered like forests and fields and everything is really gorgeous. But the cool thing about it is they've put a lot of thing into the environments, just things to discover and explore, even if it's not important. So there's like hidden beaches that you can find, and there's like little monster camps that aren't important unless you just want to find them. There's like etchings on the wall that don't mean anything and they aren't used in anything, but they're there and they're cool. There's just, I mean, I talked when I was ranting about lore in Luigi's Mansion. I talked about environmental storytelling. They do it really well. And there's a lot of times where you'll just like find an NPC alone, like out in some guard post, and you'll be like, hey, what's up? And he's just like, man, I hate being all the way out here. This sucks, but you know, we're trying to push more into this uncharted region, so I guess I gotta be here. And you're like, oh, okay. Like he's not giving you anything, but it's just cool. And there's lots of stuff like that you can just find. So if you're into exploring, it's really fun. They actually have like a whole side quest to get a map of an area that's like no longer relevant called Crawler's Nest. And to get the map, you kind of have to find these secret areas and learn some lore about the areas. And I just like that, you know, the quest isn't required. You can do it. And I don't know. I love that. I love that stuff. Plus, the other thing about 11 is back in the day, it used to be really hard to progress without teamwork. So it relied really heavily on people working together and making friends, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. Like nowadays I'm more of a solo player when I play MMOs, but at the time I thought it was really unique because when you missed the airship, or when you and another guy tried to sneak past a goblin together and it turned around and killed you both, like you'd have a bonding moment. You'd be like, oh, that was an hour of my life I just wasted, but this guy went through it too. And yeah, you just sort of made friends, and you really needed to have like a solid group in order to get anything done, especially near the end of that game. Or the end before it became its current incarnation. Back in the level 75 days, you really needed a full-time group who you could get together and who you knew what job everyone was going to be and that you were going to be balanced and everything. And I just liked that. It was nice. So don't be sorry about chatting. Chat away. But yeah, I don't know. I'd love to do like a longer stream on Final Fantasy 11 someday. It's just a really interesting game. I actually know there is a server. They are someone's running a private server that's locked to when I think it was like mid-Ot Ergen release. So old school rules, old school gameplay. And it's I haven't tried it yet, but I'd kind of be interested in checking it out. But I don't think it's wrong that they've changed it. I think it's totally valid that, you know, they've updated it to be more in line with what people expect. Like it is a lot more, it's easier now, it's a lot more convenient. It's not as big of a time sink anymore. You can level up way faster, you can get places way faster. It's less of a pain in the butt. But and that's good, and I still enjoy it. I still play it. But that's not, I don't know if I would have fallen in love with it as much if I didn't know like what the world was originally like. So, but yeah, I'd love to do a Final Fantasy 11 stream someday. I will. Do you have any experiences with visual novels? And if so, got any favorites? Yes. I love 7th expansion stuff a lot, like Higurashi Umineko, Higambana. I haven't played Syconia yet because I have the first episode, but I was hoping to wait until there were at least one more episode out, because I hate getting to the end and then being like, oh, now I have to wait. So I was hoping to wait until until I knew when more was coming. But I might just give in at this point. Umineko I actually was able to read as it was coming out, and I finished episode 8 really late at night, and I cried for so long after I finished it that I was basically awake until my dentist's appointment the next morning, and I like fell asleep in the chair with the dental hygienist's hands like in my mouth. I was just like, but yeah, I loved Umineko. I don't know if it counts as a visual novel, but I also really like the Zero Escape series. At least I really like 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. Zero Time Dilemma was fine. I feel like it, I don't know, needed a little something, need a little something extra. I also used to play a lot of Hakuoki back in the day. Love Hijikata, love Saito. Those are my boys. But I mean, I play a lot of, like, I've played stuff like like Code Realize and like I play a lot of, especially stuff that like Axis puts out. I tend to play, um, but I'm always open to more VNs. I actually have a lot of VNs I haven't read. I have a reading backlog as well. But I love 7th expansion as a general rule. Ryukishi gets me, and I'm a big fan. Where does the name Alcesia come from? The scientific name for a moose is Alces alces, and so Alcesia. Easy answer, but assuming you're into Girls Frontline, what's the experience been like? Do you have any favorite T-doll? The experience has been really good. I started it. When did I start it? I started it like at the beginning of 2020, I want to say, or the end of 2019. It was like during the winter. I remember that much. And it's actually really friendly to new players. Like if you just progress through the story, they give you a ton of really good T-dolls and it's not like a pay gotcha system. Like most of the stuff you pay for is like costumes for your T-dolls, and you can also, you know, pay for rings to marry them and stuff. And but you don't really pay for characters. The way you draw characters is you actually construct them in the game. So if you have and it's those resources just like regenerate over time. So you just say, okay, I'm gonna use this much manpower, this much ammo, this many rations, and this many parts, and see what I get. And obviously, like certain formulas are more easy to produce better T-dolls than others, but it's a nice way of being able to sort of aim for what you want. So if there's like an AR gun that you really want, you put in the best formula for an AR, and hopefully, and you're not going to get like rifles and stuff like that. So I really like the draw system. But it's just a really friendly game for newbies, just in terms of like getting up to speed and getting a decent team. But it's really good. It's much friendlier now too. Ooh. Yeah, it has very little pay to win mechanics, and I really appreciate that. It's not really tower defense. I'd call it more strategy, but there can be some real-time aspects to it. So you build echelons of guns. So usually there's some pretty like solid teams that you can build. So like SMGs and ARs work well together. Rifles and handguns work well together. Shotguns and machine guns work well together, that sort of thing. And you build them, and they work well like against different types of enemies. So like machine guns and rifles have armor piercing, whereas generally assault rifles don't. And so you sort of look at the map and say, okay, I see a bunch of armored enemies on here. Gonna send my rifles or my machine gun group out there. But it's a map, and so you have a spawn point, your command, and then the win requirements for each map are different. Sometimes it's like beat a certain number of enemies, sometimes it's beat the boss, sometimes it's just capture the enemy command center. And so you just try to pick the best echelon or echelons for the situation, and you spread them out across the map and try to be strategic. You can put the fights on auto, but if you want more control, you can move your dolls around to avoid big enemy attacks. You can save their like special abilities for the precise moment you want to use them. But it's also pretty friendly if you just want to have it on auto. There's certain fights that are easier if you're not on auto. Yeah, a board game's a good way to put it. Acquire positions, capture the enemy bases, more specialized maps require different winning conditions. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting because and there's some, if you want like the silver medal on maps, you have to capture the whole map. And so sometimes you got to try and figure out, okay, how do I spread my girls out in the way that's going to consume the least resources? So it's really fun. It's a nice like I mean, sometimes you got to turn your brain on, but sometimes it's just nice shut your brain off and enjoy these cute girls game. It does have some real-time elements too. Yeah, yeah. But for my favorite T-doll, I love G11. I love sleepy girls. They're my favorites because I'm a sleepy girl. So I love G11. She's super cute. I have her Nendo. She was actually one of the, well, I mean, they've added more since then, but she was one of the last ARs that I hadn't drawn at the time. Like, I'd drawn like AK-12 and like AN-94, and I was like, where is G11? I want her. And so I waited until they finally had like a rate up for her, and I spent every single resource I had. And I finally got her, like, right before the rate up ended, and I was like, ah! She came home! But what I love about G11 is, and this isn't in the North American client yet, but eventually she's gonna have a mod 3 where she gets a fridge. She gets a fridge full of Red Bull. And so she can finally get some energy. I love her. She's the best. Relatable. So G11 easily my fave. But I have some honorable mentions. I also love AK-12. I love Sat-8. She likes pizza. I love Grizzly was actually my first favorite when I first started the game. I was like, I love her. She's so cool. Look at her. She's got like Top Gun energy. Literally. But she's so like, I still love Grizzly. Love Honey. Love Honey Badger. And I love R93. I love all the Ask guns. He's done a few, the artist Ask. But I love this costume for R93 especially. I really want it. I draw for it every time it comes through, and I never get it. Someday I'll have to be happy with all my G11 costumes. A simple pie person or a lot of I like whipped cream. I don't like to go too ham. I like the classics. Yeah, Grizzly is great. I love Grizzly. I got a few marshmallows that aren't quite questions, but they are facts. So goose geese, moose meese, shoop sheep. This is not a question, it is facts. Yep. No, I agree. Thank you, cheeses. You said you like the library. Any favorite books? Are you reading anything right now? Right now I'm trying to get through the Dragon Age novels. I'm currently on Asunder, which is about halfway through the current novels that are out, I think. But I've been slow. I've been slow because I've been busy streaming. But it's really hard for me to pick a favorite book. I've never really thought about it before. I just read a lot of books and I like them. But two of my favorites recently that I've read in the last couple years are The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna and Wilder Girls by Rory Power. The Great Alone is about a girl whose family moves to Alaska because her dad is kind of unstable and he's like, we're going off the grid and we're gonna like homestead it up and build our own nation. Like, he's kind of crazy, and so it can be kind of harrowing, but it's also really sweet. It's just like about finding a place that you belong, and it made me cry a few times. Wilder Girls is more of a like nature horror. It's about a bunch of girls who are basically like trapped in a boarding school in Maine after this big like basically illness breaks out that turns some people like it makes them change. It just makes your body change and like sort of mutate, and you take on like different, like it doesn't affect everybody the same way. Some people turn into monsters. It actually gets really spooky at a few parts. It was one of those books that I couldn't put down. Like once I started reading it, I was like, but it's really good. And I'm waiting for the sequel because it ended on kind of a cliffhanger, and the author was like, "Yep, I'm writing another one," and I'm like, where is it? Where's the rest? I need it. Pretending that this book's part of the 30 Days of Night universe. Is that a book series? Yeah. Maine is scary. That's fair. But it's a really good book. It's spooky. But it's also about the power of friendship and nature and spookiness. Yeah, I love I just need to crank it up on the Dragon Age novels. I got to get through them. Not that I'm trying to rush or anything, but I'm like, I have 3 I need to finish before I can do my next Inquisition playthrough, so we gots to go. Oh, a comic book. I like comics too. I'm not as well versed. I usually just like read what people tell me to read. If someone's like, read this comic, it's really good, I'm like, got it. I have a hard time like finding them by myself. Oh, this was just another. Sadly, I won't be able to watch the birthday stream, but happy birthday. It's been a great ride so far, and you have easily become one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm excited to see what the future holds. Whenever somebody says something, so I was really like, when I started this, I was like, I'm just having fun. And I mean, I am just having fun, but I was like, it's gonna be like me and like, and it's gonna be me playing games and yelling at myself. And the fact that people are having fun and it makes people happy makes me really happy. So thank you. I I've read a lot of on manga. I've read a lot of manga. I haven't read a lot of recent manga. I used to be a manga fiend, but I haven't read a lot in recent years, mostly just because of time. Just a time thing. When your backlog and everything is as big as mine. Oh, there's a air train. It's rare. But yeah, I wanna someday I'll get back into manga. I still have like a bunch of unfinished manga from like 10 years ago I need to finish. And then like some manga I really like went on hiatus, and that sort of was like, oh, like why get invested until it's done? Which is not the right way to approach it, but sometimes it hurts. It hurts when it goes on hiatus. You have any experience with RGG Studios games? Overblown memery aside, the series is definitely dear to my heart, just from the sheer passion and soul the developers always portraying it. Not to mention, it just feels great seeing the people working on it actually get better over the years, especially with their latest entry. I'm honestly glad they've had as much success as they did without expanding into a bigger team. I'm assuming this is the Yakuza team. So they did Yakuza, right? I actually haven't played any Yakuza games. I wanted to. I actually own most of them. Usually people give it to me as gifts because they're like, this game is so you would love it. And I'm absolutely positive that they're right. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I really want to play Like a Dragon because it looks super not just, it's not even that it's like an RP. It looks so self-aware. Like, I know that a lot of the Yakuza games have a lot of parody in them, and they're really self-aware, but like a Dragon looks like even more so, and it all of the screenshots and like videos I've seen, it just seems so sincere and fun that I just really want to play it. But I know they've done other stuff. I don't know if Like a Dragon's an okay place to start in the Yakuza series. I don't know. I mean, obviously playing in order would probably be best, but I don't know where Like a Dragon falls in the timeline, so I don't know if it's okay to start with that. I do want to play Judgment, and I know in English the new one's called Lost Judgment, but I just love that in Japanese it's Judge Eyes. Whenever I see Pecora's thumbnails for it, I'm like, I will say, I know that they did the recent Super Monkey Ball game, and I'm a huge Monkey Ball fan. I love Super Monkey Ball a whole lot, and I've really wanted to play one on stream. And so I'll probably maybe that will be my first game for them is Super Monkey Ball. Is it Banana Mania? I want to play. Plus they have like all of those guest characters. And there's some really weird ones in there too, I think. But I want to play it so bad. A few former okay. Get the most out of the experience with release order. Okay, that makes sense. I'll use Like a Dragon as a I'll use it to get me. I mean, not that I have to get through. They're all gonna be fun, but I want to get there. I want to play Like a Dragon so bad. I'll use that as fuel to get me to finally start the others. Up, up, up. Up, up, has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like? Yeah, I would I think that's a really interesting question, and I would counter with, why do they call it oven when you of in the food, of in the cold food, of out hot eat the food? An unknowable and imperceptible color that has no name. Let's see, the next one, I don't actually know. I'm too tall. I can't see that far down. You have to ask Mint. The next question, I got sort of two of the same question. I move this? What am I moving right now? I don't know what I'm moving right now. There we go. So yeah, my legendary streaming box setup. Can I show it off? Give advice on how to set up a cardboard setup. If your mic falls on you, how heavy is it? All right. So I decided that for these, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw. because I can't describe it very well. We're gonna open up Microsoft Paint and hope it doesn't crash my whole system like whatever was going crazy earlier. Paint. Yeah, my head is so far above the clouds. Let's see. Can I just game capture Paint? Does that exist? Capture specific window. MS Paint, I can. If it loads. You gonna load for me? Can make me do a regular old window capture? I can do that. That's fine, I guess. Well, y'all see this? Alright. We're gonna do little art here. A nice thick line. So I'll do a few drawings. So the way that it looks from the side is I have a cardboard box. Here's my box. And then I actually put a piece of plywood right here to add a little bit of sturdiness to the setup. And then the laptop is here, resting on the plywood, so that it's a little sturdier than just the cardboard box. And then my mic setup is actually attached to the plywood, so it comes up and over like this. I used to have it resting on the plywood right here, but that wasn't working out for me. That was giving me the back pains. So now it's hanging up here. It's pretty heavy. It's a pretty heavy mic. Like, if it fell on me, it would definitely, like, I don't think it would knock me out completely, but it would give me a shiner, I think. And then I am right here. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. So that's what it looks like from the side. And then from my perspective, what I'm like looking at right now is like a box. Here's my box. Here's my laptop. I do commissions, by the way. If anyone wants a sweet commission, only 10 zillion moose bucks. And my plywood right here. I also have I couldn't draw it here without it looking really weird, but next to my cardboard box, I have a cheap plastic, yeah, like, the chair, actually, I'm gonna erase a little bit. You know the chair, in the last cutscene in Devil May Cry 5, where, like, Dante and Virgil are talking, and Virgil, like, pulls a chair up, and it goes, scream along the floor, one of those cheap plastic chairs. So I have one of those. Right brush. Next to me. Right here. Right here next to the box. And that has my camera on it. Looking at me. Little wire in. And so while I play games on here, I actually then have TV. What do you mean that doesn't happen in DMC5? It does. I've seen it. I have back here, I have a big old TV. And that is where my like N64 is hooked up, like behind my setup. I draw an N64 controller successfully. Let's see. That's good enough. That ain't bad. I've seen worse. Look at her. What a genius. An artistic genius. So yeah, this is what my setup looks like when I'm sitting right here. Moose spot. Ooh. Moose spot. So yeah, this is what I see. Is I see like this. I see cardboard box, plywood, laptop, chair, camera. I don't know. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty. Professional? Is that the word? Professional, it's tight. It's shaped like a leaf. Coincidence? I think this is probably the same setup that most of the pros use, like the pro like esports players. I've never talked to any of them, but I'm pretty sure that if I did, they would look at this and they would be like, "Yeah, that's about the same as what I use. Good job. You're almost there." So I did steal all of this from campers. Because I mean, nowadays the kids bring everything when they go camping. They're like, I can't go camping without my plywood and my cardboard box and my white plastic chair or my N64. Yeah, I hate to. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. So, that answers that question. If you've ever wondered what I look like when I'm streaming. So yeah, I streamed all 11 and a half hours of the demo stream looking like this. So if you know any professional esports players, just be like, I know someone with a better setup than you. I'll save that for posterity. Next question. Oh, I forgot where we were. Oh no, I have it. How did you manage to get? No, I don't sit in a chair. I sit on the floor. I have a little beanbag chair that I prop up behind myself to stay cozy, but I don't have a proper chair. Um, how did you manage to get 2 moderators by day 1? It's rare for a solo VTuber. Is that rare? I didn't think it was that weird. I mean, you meet a lot of people when you're, you know, getting to learn stuff and getting set up. Obviously, like, Skeb introduced me to a lot of people. A lot of people reached out and were like, your design's really cool, I really like your design. And so I mean, I've made a lot of friends through that, and through looking for help on my general setup and getting things going. Like, I've just met people and made friends. And so obviously when it came time to stream, I was like, hey, like, I know you, you're cool, you want to be a mod. Like, it wasn't like, I don't know, I'm not like secretly like I don't secretly have like a corporate backing or anything. I don't know, I've buds. Do you mind the nickname Miss Moosin? I do not mind it at all. I think it's cute. What if they said no? I don't know. I would have been like, "Oh, you don't want to be a mod, okay? Oh." Then I want to made sock puppet accounts who are also me, named like Oak and Cherry and Walnut, and I would have been like, "Look at all my friends." Yeah, no, Skeb's been really cool. And it's so funny how when I debuted, everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, I've seen you." And I was like, "Hee. It's free real estate." Um, but yes, I do not mind. I do not mind the nickname. Oh, this is actually my last one. Let me send me a long one. I see you in the chat. It's been 1 month. I can't believe I've been watching your stream, 90% of it live stream for many hours. All the games you've been playing were fun. I hope for your well-being, your channel grows bigger. More people supporting you, and maybe Crossfinger able to play with your Oshi in the future and be friends with them. Anyway, hopefully I can always support you. Waiting for the karaoke stream. Maybe music cover. Maybe or even better, an original. Thank you for the nice message. It means a lot. This made me tear up when I read it. I mean, nobody wants to hear me karaoke. That's just a fact. It's not good. But I will do it. I will do it someday. I'll just have to practice. How do you practice singing other than singing, which doesn't seem to help me? But everybody's been really, really amazing and supportive. I'm glad that people have been having fun on the streams. That's why I wanted to stream, is I've just like found so much fun and joy in like watching the streamers I like stream. I was like, it would be really nice if I could goof around and give this to somebody else too. Um so 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 I'm glad that people are having fun. I want to keep everything as fun as possible, and so that's why I love hearing suggestions, because it helps me keep everything cozy and nice. Do vocal warm-ups. That's true. I'll try. I'll try learning. I feel like if anyone like hears me, if anyone hears me singing somehow, they're gonna be like, there's a dying cat out in those woods. Officer, can you go check that? But I'll try. I'll try because everyone keeps asking. I'll need to figure out what my range is. But I'll learn for you. I'll do my best. I'm just glad that people are having a good time. It just means a lot to me. So so thank you for hey, it's been almost a month since I debuted, which time is flying, but I'm just really happy that I see a lot of the same people popping up in the chat. I see a lot of the same people coming back and sticking around, and that makes me really happy. And I hope that it can, I mean, the first month has been amazing, and I hope it can get even better. And thank you for bearing with me while I slowly learn how to be a streamer and a VTuber and everything else. Karaoke for our sakes in your debut slot. Yep. Yep. Peer pressure and that's exactly what's happening, but somehow people are gonna get me singing on stream. By peer pressure alone, it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be like, I can't believe this. I'm not sure. So for future game streams, I have I'm right at the end of Banjo-Kazooie and Luigi. I think those are both I'm gonna finish this week. I'm not sure how many more Fatal Frame is gonna be, so I'm trying to figure out what my next games are gonna be after that. I wanna try to keep it like I want to make sure that when I make my lineup for what games I'm playing, that I sort of have at least one happy cozy light game and one game that can be a little more hardcore. Like I don't want to schedule full of Fatal Frame 2s. I need some levity in there. So if Fatal Frame 2 is the one that's gonna stick around another week, because it's a little bit longer, I might pick something else cute to start next week, after Banjo and Luigi is done, and then I'll probably replace Fatal Frame 2's slot with like Doom 2016 is what I'm thinking. That's the plan right now. But I haven't decided what the cute fun game is yet. I might just poll. I might do a Twitter poll or a YouTube poll or both and mix the results or something cuz I have too many games and I'm indecisive. So may as well let other people pick for me. Fatal Frame 3. I need a break. I was looking at some of the screenshots because the was it Fatal Frame 5 re-release just came out on the Switch. So I was looking at some of the screenshots for it and I was like, no. No, no more. I don't need more of this. It's not needed. Will you play Dragon Age on stream? I would be down. I don't know if like 1 or 2 would be that interesting. They might be, I don't know. But I was planning on maybe doing an Inquisition playthrough on stream. Doom after a month talking about Dooms. Yes, I'm finally doing it. Finally bringing it full circle. But I think that's it for my marshmallows. So I am gonna get ready to show you my new hair. 1 second. Gotta. Here, you can have the cake. Or the pie. You can have the pie. Here's the pie. There you go. All for you guys. You can have the table too. Alright, 1 second. Well, first, before I do that, 1 second. So, just a refresher, I don't usually show my full body. Any interest in retro games? Hell yeah, I have interest in retro games. I just need to decide which ones to play. I got some stuff. I have like the Turbo Graphics Mini and stuff, so I kind of want to play some things off that. But there's not enough time in the world. But time for while you enjoy your pie, get a little hair action. So yeah, I wind up not showing my full model a whole lot, just because when I'm playing games, I'm obviously zoomed in a little more. But as a refresher, here's what my whole self looks like with my long flowing locks, full of leaves. Are the leaves stuck in there with maple syrup? Let's go with that. Let's say yes. That's the lore now. Good tasty hair gel. So now that you've gotten that little refresher, let's... Whoopsie. Hello. Really getting a lot of detail shots right now. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Boots. Is it the shoes? First step. Where'd the hair go? But as you can see, still got my boots and my everything, but a little something's missing from the equation. I think this is the most model detail I've ever shown too. Look at my zippers. I love how they wiggle. Just keep that thing on me. So, as you'll notice as I come up here, there's a little extra something in my fur that isn't normally there when in my other hairstyle. We've got, oopsie, a little off screen. We've got some leaves in the fur now. Because the leaves have fallen out of my hair and into my fur. I actually showed a little bit, I sort of teased a little bit of this hair in one of my, I think I did it at the end of my Banjo-Kazooie stream where I died at 96 notes on Click Clock Wood, because I was like, after that display, like, the people deserve something. They deserve to see something, you know? Move a little bit. Did you earn that fur by battling a polar bear? I wish. I want to see a polar bear in real life so bad. So I have, it's not just the length of hair that's changed. I got it, I cut it, but I also got a new do, a new style. And I love how my bangs wiggle. Uh, 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 uh. So it's business in the back, party in the front. There you go. So this is my, it was funny because when I first debuted, people were like, "Oh, and after fall in the winter, do the leaves fall out of your hair?" And I was like, "Actually, yes." And I'll show you. So I love this. I actually have a uh third hairstyle too, but I want to enjoy this one for a little bit because it's so cute. I love how flowy, and I mean obviously my long hair has a lot of movement, a lot of movement on the back. But this is so wavy that there's a lot of fun wiggle and jiggle on the front of it. Washes once per season, confirmed. So yeah, so here's my new hair. I'm excited. I'm excited to finally show it off to everybody. I I I've been looking at it myself for a while now, and just like I just sit around and I go like this. I'm just like hee 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 hee. Look at my bangs go. Hee hee. But one of the things I really love is you can see a little bit there is you can see my eyes through my hair. Um there's a really nice transparency to it. So even when I go like this, you see my eyes. And when I go like this, I think it really brings out my twitchy ears too. Yeah, I was gonna say I like the tomboyness of it. It's very like it's a rough cut in the back, so it's very like get her done, get the job done, here for business. But the front is so cute. Yes. When we were originally going over the design, um Min's being a superstar uh actually gave me multiple hair options and was like, "Which one do you like?" And I was like, "I love all of like they're all amazing." It's literally impossible to pick. They're all amazing. And so I was like, I'll let's do multiple hair multiple hair options so that I can swap around depending on whether I'm feeling long and flowy or short and funky fresh. So yeah, mega props to Mins and Jujubee, who always make me look amazing. I'm probably gonna switch it up from time to time. I'm not gonna like only like I love all my hairstyles. I still haven't decided when to debut the third one yet. I don't know whether I should like have it for a milestone or maybe Christmas. I don't know. I'm still deciding. But I'm just gonna swap between them depending on how I'm feeling. Whatever the vibe is. Whatever the vibe is for the stream, I'll I'll do that. If we're doing something fun and energetic, I'll use this. If we're it's really just gonna be my mood. But I want to use all my hair because I love all my hair. New year, new moose, yes. And yes, I have a blush. I have a blush. I always forget. I have an expression that I should be deploying more in my horror streams. And I haven't been doing it because I get so scared and so distracted that I forget to. But yes, I have one more hairstyle in the future to show off. But for now, enjoy short and fun. The leaves have fallen from the tree of my head and into my fur. Yeah, I need to use my tears more. I really could make good use of them when I'm really scared in horror games. But ironically, I'm too busy being scared to think about crying. Let me back myself up a little bit here. There we go. But I hope you like my new hair. I'll wear it for the rest of the stream, obviously. I love how much it jiggles. So, to round out my birthday stream, I'm gonna open. I gotta. Thank you for the happy birthday. I'm gonna open the cameo I got. It's probably gonna take me. I'm gonna have to open it and then, like, not screen share, window capture it. So if I start freaking out before you can see what's on the screen because I can like see who the cameo is or whatever, then just hold tight and I will get it situated. I'm really nervous. I was really nervous about this whole stream because this is my first time doing like a reveal. My first time answering marshmallows, my first time doing like mostly a Zatsudan. And obviously then I had tech issues at the beginning. So I was really nervous. I really was like, I hope everything goes well, but I'm glad everybody likes the hair. And I hope you had fun with the marshmallows, but time to watch me maybe have a medical emergency on stream depending on what this cameo is. All right, let's pull it up. I'm so nervous. So nervous. Oh my god, shut up. Shut up! Hold on. I'm gonna die. Hold on. No! Oh no! This is the let me crop it to the side so you can actually see me. This is if you guys don't know, if you're not among the fans of the hit film, this is one of the actors from Doom 2005. He plays Corporal Dean Portman. My god, stop it. Stop it! Corporal Dean Portman from Doom 2005. He's the guy that The Rock he gets caught in the crossfire of the BFG and he gets roasted toasted by the BFG. Oh god. I love Portman. Hold on, I'm gonna scream. Let's play it. Let's play it. Oh my god, help.
Hey, Maple.
Wait, can you hear it? I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Hold on, I'm getting the headphones. Could you guys hear that when he started talking? Could you hear it? Did you say? Oh god, hold on. Gotta turn it up. Okay. How do I turn it up? Let's see. This is important. Can't hear it. No! Hold on. Sorry about that. All right, let me know if you can hear.
It's Richard Brake. Portman.
Oh my god. Wait, stop. I'm starting it over. I'm starting it over! Could you hear that? Could you hear that? I can hear it now. But I put some headphones in. It's good? It's good? Is the hair quiet? I don't know how to make that better. I'm too freaking out. Sounds good? We're going for it. Portman! I'm going to explode.
Hey, Maple. It's Richard Brake. Portman. In your favorite film. Doom. And I know that because Horace got in touch. Told me a few things, but most importantly, it's your birthday. So happy, happy, happy birthday from me and from Horace. Hope you have a great day. I love Doom.
Me
And
too!
I love Doom fans. I think you were one of the original fans who watched that movie close to when it was coming out.
Of course.
If not, thank you anyway. So many people come up to me now and tell me how much they love that film. And when it came out, nobody saw it. Didn't do very well, so we were really gutted. Because we worked so hard and had so much fun making it, and then all of a sudden it came out, tanked.
No.
And now it's a big cult favorite, which is great. Definitely. It's a film to watch on any day that ends with a Y. I loved your little VTube talking about it.
You watched
Very
it?
cool. I just watched it.
Oh my God!
Very cool thing that you're doing. Never even heard of VTubing before. I think that's because I'm an old man. It's very cool. So keep it up. Definitely do it. I think you got quite a lot of subscribers already, so good stuff. Honestly, that's really cool. Keep name dropping Doom.
Always.
Fans.
Always.
Honestly, all that dialogue, Portman's dialogue, I pretty much made up because when it was written, like there's a scene, I'm sure you know, you've seen it as many times as it sounds like you have, at the beginning when we all say where we're going on leave. I think in my script, the original script, it said like, Portman, where are you going? And I say something like, I'm going to the beach or something, right? And we're all sitting around the table, having just read the script, and the writers were there, and the producers and the director and everybody. Said, he would never say that. Portman would say, I'm going down to El Honto, lock myself in a motel room with a bottle of tequila and 3 she-boys.
Not great.
Which ended up in the film. So did, actually most everything. All about, like, it's a level 5 quarantine. I'm gonna have to strip search you ladies and all that.
Yep.
All that stuff.
He's
so
gross.
that the producers were thinking about firing me.
Oh my God.
In retrospect, I was young and full of it, but it was great. One of my favorite characters I've ever played, and one of my favorite times making a movie. The Rock was cool. Rosamund Pike was just such a lovely woman, and we just had so much fun together, all of us, and are so grateful for people like yourself that are big fans of the film. So thank you.
Of course.
It's always a pleasure to hear that. Love you, VTubing. Keep it up. Have a beautiful birthday. Enjoy it, and take care of yourself. All right. I hope I get to meet you one of these days. I'll definitely check out your VTube for sure from time to time. Definitely. Hang in there. Enjoy yourself. Have a great birthday. Lots of love.
Portman collab! Portman collab! Can we do a Portman collab? Portman, come collab with me. Portman. Portman, collab with me. Collab with me, Portman. I'll do anything. Oh my God. He watched my Doom rant. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. What did I say? I was definitely like going off. I love that he almost got fired because of all the gross shit he said. Doom's like, yeah, none of that here. This is a wholesome movie. Good for them. Doom is also family friendly. Oh my. I can't believe he watched me. I can't believe he watched me talking about Doom 2005. I'm collab with me. Collab with me, Portman Doom. Sorry, I know your proper name is Corporal Dean Portman of the the double RTS thing, Rapid Response Tactical Squad. But collab with me! No! Don't show him! Don't show him! I'm so embarrassed! Oh my god, I'm so happy though. Thank you so much. Thank you, Horace, one of my mods. Thank you. I can't believe he watched me. I'm so embarrassed. But I'm so happy. Oh, now I have to do a Doom 2005. I till the end of the road, I will bring more fans to Doom 2005. That's a promise. That's a campaign promise you can believe in. I will do everything I can. Bring more fans into the fold. I can't. I can't believe this. Doom 2005 forever. I'll do a watch along. I'll play all the games. I'll plug the movie 1,000 times. Don't you worry. Don't worry, Richard Brake. I got you. I'm your one moose PR team for Doom 2000. Sorry, I'm a mess. I'll be your one woman PR team. We got this. We're gonna make up. We're gonna make up for the box office tank. I can leave it to me. Makashina. We're all over it. Oh god. Yep, it is a must now. I have to make good on my promise to Richard Brake. Even if he has a miserable end in the film, I'm gonna make sure that the movie has a comeback kid story. Read the books on I will. I can't believe. Can't believe he watched me. Oh man. What a night! What a night! Ooh. I'm gonna need a minute to recover after this, but it's been a really good birthday. I'm gonna go watch that 100 more times. I'm gonna go watch that 100 more times. I can't believe, I can't. You think he would he would collab with me if I did a watch along. Do you think he would come do commentary with me? I want to know his thoughts on like every scene. I want to know like what he thinks. I want to like there's a scene where he like Goat tricks him into electrifying himself. I want to know. I want to know his thoughts. What were your emotions while being electrified? Thank you. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I am a part of Doom 2005 history now. One of the actors has watched my stream. And of course I'm an original fan. The real ones stick around. If he has a Twitter. Time to go check. He doesn't die from being electrified. Ugh. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for such a good birthday, everybody. I was thinking of playing a small game on stream at the end, but I've already gone pretty long for a birthday celebration because I ramble a lot. So I think I'm gonna, but I'm still gonna, the game that I was planning on playing, I'm gonna actually put it into another stream that I was already planning, so it'll still get played. No worries. Yeah, we have to watch Doom before I spoil the whole thing. That's a fair hit. That's a fair hit. The thing is, when I start talking about Doom, I can't stop talking about Doom. It all just comes out. I can't believe this. I love that he's just like, yeah, that movie tanked at the box office. Oh, what a good birthday. Thank you. I need to go lay down. Oh my god, I'm gonna go lay down and think about Doom 2005. And we're gonna plan the watch along. This has put a what's the phrase? The bee in my bonnet? That's not right. It's put a kick in the rear. I'm gonna plan the watch along. It's gonna happen. This is important. It's important, and we need to get Doom 2005 to more people. And I'm more committed to my mission than ever. Yeah, it was a very good call that I did this. I was like, honestly, I have no idea what this cameo could be. But if it's literally anything that I've talked about with any sort of excitement, I'm going to be sent into like a spiraling like wheeze fest, and I will never have a chance of getting out of it. So I better do that at the end, because if I do it at the beginning, I'm gonna spend the whole rest of the stream like I'll be like midway through a marshmallow. I'll be like, the color of my panties is Otsu Doom. I love that. Oh my god. Doom. Yeah, Doom neuron activate. Well, that's the thing, is I'm really glad I didn't start thinking too hard about Doom 2005 until the end, because I would have just been like, here's the reasons I like Final Fantasy XI. You can play it while watching Doom 2005. I hope he didn't see me doing the read along. Oh my god. Exposed. Color of my panties is Doom 2005. Actually, that's true. I stand by that statement. The BFM. I want that. Well, this just got a lot. My whole schedule just got a lot more doom, a lot more fast. So that's gonna happen. But I am just I am beside myself right now. I am. I'm like, everybody else having a normal day? You sent him the first Luigi's Mansion 3 video timestamp where you went into how much you love that movie for the first time. Oh my god. Richard Brake of Doom 2005 fames played Corporal Dean Portman. Watched my video. Woo! Alrighty. And with that, thank you everybody so much for coming to my birthday stream. Thank you for liking my new hair. Thanks for all the marshmallows that were really fun to answer. I'll probably try to do more marshmallows and Zatsudans in the future. Now that I've nipped it in the bud and done my first one. I was just nervous because I was like, I don't know if I can, keep it up. If I'm got enough in my head to do nothing but talk without Luigi for a few hours, but clearly that wasn't a problem. Really happy. It's been a really good birthday. Thank you so much. And I am just super excited for everything else and everything coming in the future, and it's been so fun for the last month, and it's only up from here. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are the best. And thank you, and Otsu Doom!